suppose I can just ignore this.
You must be very familiar with the story of time now. So why don't we leave some pages for the heroes instead? You must be very familiar with the story of time now. So why don't we leave some pages for the heroes instead?
I suppose I can just ignore this.
Nubia 093. Down. Low. Did. Scopeo 365. Downloaded. Branch number 1. Archiving. Object. Recurrence number 335503337. Progress 13.131%.
There's a notch in the terminal that's just the right size for this book.
Branch number 1. Archived. Encapsulating encryption key.
I see. This As I've Written book is a data terminal that has been modified by the Remembrance. It might have looked like Cyrene was reading a story, but she was actually carrying out a data transfer. No wonder these facilities are reacting to it. This book is a key, but Cyrene could never have known about the truth regarding the scepter. So where did she... Do you remember? During her brief existence, Cyrene once encountered...
Yeah. So, and the god behind Orynyx that appeared in that...
It's no secret that Orynyx and Fuli are related. That Eon also appeared when you encountered Mem. We still don't know the role they play in Amphoreus. But if Cyrene accidentally stepped onto the path of remembrance, then her sacrifice wasn't just for resetting the cycle.
Encryption key encapsulation.
If my hypothesis holds, then the scene we just... Be careful. Everknight's eyes are everywhere. Don't get too far from me. The chronocognitive anchor will protect us. What is this? It's hard to believe. Is this still Amphoreus? rival the cyber prison of Inupis.
Look, what a magnificent sight. Even this classical world contains a futuristic palace like this. Would ID Silicii end up looking like this after a few thousand years?
Executing protocol. Format object. Formatting progress 0.027%.
It's always so on time. Never late at all. It's okay, I get it. It's just trying to remind me how precious time is. I want to share a story with you this time. I saw a little nymph on my way here. It was incredible. I wonder, would they also have recorded that? So, could you give me more time, please?
Formatting complete.
As I expected, an Eon appearing in her dreams, 3 paths intertwining in Amphoreus, and the garden trying to I have reasons to suspect that Foolie's gaze once swept over this world before, and that Cyrene basked in that divine gaze. Humanity cannot judge eons based on our own common knowledge. The Remembrance has always been an observer of the universe. That's to be expected. The various factions are only followers of their eons, but there's still something I don't understand. According to Black Swan, the garden is internally fractured, and yet I feel as though those memo snatchers didn't try to stop us at all. Instead, it feels like they were trying to cover something up. Most of the time, a gaze is simply a natural phenomenon, though some Pathstriders regard it as I know what you're thinking. That theoretical emanator of remembrance remain. Yes, we're thinking. Legend says that Fuli sits in meditation in the Anasrva Pure Land, spreading the seeds of remembrance across the universe. And when the cosmos, if this sealed-off world is also within their gaze, then it's not too big of a stretch to surmise that they need a mechanism to save these incredible amounts of memories. And this mechanism was previously the Time Titan and their demigod. But after Amphoreus... It's that ceremonial blade.
Now, I can say with certainty. Time is the page on which that eon records Amphoreus. If it fades from existence, and all that it records is lost among the stars,
And it will be a glance that spans time and space, transforming each...
The ceremonial blade killed Cyrene at the start of every recurrence. And at the end of every journey, Cyrene's soul took the extrapolated memories stored. That's how the memories of Amphoreus transcended the loop and were continuously stored, while the scepter had to revert its progress over and over again, because Fuli's blessing will not disappear as long as this...
I knew their gaze never left. As long as I record every page of this story, Amphoreus won't be forgotten.
Cyrene encountered the Eon's gaze and regarded them as the hope to continue her world. That's why she offered them memories over and over, as to why she insisted on keeping her human form, and it might have been the only way for her to maintain her sense of... even though everything was just her wishful. Right. Based on the runes on the floor, the encryption key from Earth, there are 3 keys in total. I'll leave it to you.
You never say anything, but I know you're listening. Every story I've told is like a little key that opened a door in your heart, no?
The path has appeared. Go!
If Cersei saw this puzzle, they'd die from laughter.
Then, the sky sent down rainbows and showed the world a gentle...
Formatting progress. 9.
Looks like it's time to say goodbye again. Before I was even aware of it, this book had already... I've started to feel uneasy whenever I take it into my... Where did the very first Ripples want these?
Formatting progress.
How many times has it been? Faithfully never changing. Like if I can only write the same ending every time I lift my pen, just an overly...
Formatting progress. Not process error. Process error.
Really? Thank you. Everyone's still working. Thank you for listening to me all this time.
Formatting complete.
The endless cycle took its toll on her. Even Cyrene could not, like Aslana. She started to wonder whether everything... Indeed, but I still haven't figured out one thing. I thought it was an Eon at first, but the way she talked, maybe she's talking to her imagination? No matter who that listener is, Cyrene's storytelling is just a data stream for the scepter. Maybe she thought, as long as she kept tossing Driftmark.
Accessing recurrence number 335503337.
Once again, Castorus offered her final embrace to death. And from then on, she started another lonesome watch. How wonderful would it be for someone to give her a real hug?
Step onto the board.
Show me the way! Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies! Have some sunshine!
With this divine power, I reforge all things!
Once again, Castorus offered her final embrace to death. And from then on, she started another lonesome watch. How wonderful would it be for someone to give her a real hug?
I suppose I can just ignore this.
Epiikia 216. Downloaded.
If Cersei saw this puzzle,
The devious cat. The trickery that fooled the entire world. No matter how her identity changes, she will always end up being...
The Hand of Zagreus. Seems like we'll need it here. After the modules are inserted into the slot.
Go melt it down.
Midamos's road of strife once again reached its glorious and lonely end. As always.
Access denied.
We were denied access. Member flight is unavoidable.
Warning. Illegal operations detected. Warning. Illegal operations detected.
Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies!
Your downfall is absolute.
Delivering more!
Soul, insanity! With this divine power, I reforge all things!
I feel like swing! Away we go! Have some sunshine!
Soul, insanity!
Show me the way! Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies! I came, I saw, I conquer.
Polemos 600. Down Eleos 252. Downloaded. Branch number 2. Archiving. Object recurrence number 335503337. Progress 31.313%.
To rise from nothing is also the way of a king.
Branch number 2 archived. Encapsulating encryption key.
I've been wondering, could all the memories we've encountered on the way be Everknight's traps? She still hasn't shown herself. But I can't think of a good reason for her to do. I can only surmise that she's either still waiting or someone's holding.
Encryption key encapsulation.
Let's keep observing. Every ripple of these memories could. Let's go back and use the encryption key to open a new path. Nice. Let's go encapsulate the encryption key. Go upload the encryption key, just like last time.
What could be behind this door? Glittering crystals? Or a beautiful world I've never seen before? If I tap
third encryption key belongs to the ocean. Let's get going. Use the chrono vessel over there to stop it.
Fish returned to the ocean, her home where there was nothing left. For the sake of the future, she guarded the vortex at the end of the deep sea until the very last moment.
Look! She's over there.
Once again, the saga comes to an end. Everything is deathly silent, just like this very moment. It's another cycle of new beginnings, and another familiar reunion. Now that I look back, there was a period when I got really sentimental. I was so anxious, trying to find as many different memories as possible, hoping to bring some change to this unchanging destiny and find the way out of this maze. But I won't do that anymore now.
Formatting progress 73.998%. Process error. Analyzing. Formatting progress 75.012%. Process error. Analyzing.
No need to feel sorry for me, good friend. If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga? I'm actually really lucky, you know? During the long years I've spent waiting for the Deliverer, I've always had you here as an audience. Look at these memories I brought to you. And now I can see through your eyes that they are still Isn't that already enough? As for when tomorrow will come, I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue.
Formatting complete.
Her transformation is... Cyrene was always there during the 30 million recurrences. She recorded the Flame Chase journey in her own way on the reverse side of this world. I'm increasingly certain that her audience and companion is in the deepest ruin in Amphoreus. At the Great Tomb, who exactly?
Accessing recurrence number 335503337.
Anaxagoras once again completed the proof with his life. His answer was so complete. All he was missing was a last very
Schema 720. Download.
Yeah. World-bearing. This divine authority is so heavy that I do not know how I can even tell its story. World-bearing. This divine authority is so heavy that I do not know how I can even tell its story.
Nikos 496. Downloaded.
Romance, in warm gold, forged the long staircase for humanity. How wonderful it would be if she could witness.
The ruse on the fan. We need to use the chrono vessel to stop it first.
Carlos 618. Download. Amphoreus 432. Downloaded. Branch number 3. Archiving. Object recurrence number 335503337. Progress 13.131%.
To rise from nothing is also the way of a king.
That's the last encryption key. Take it with you.
Branch number. Encapsulating encryption key. Encryption key encapsulated.
It's time to go back and activate the system in the middle of the Great. The third encryption key. I pray that you can dispel all the mysteries and lead us into the deep.
Someone once told the very first me that everything was false. That the only life in Amphoreus was a great catastrophe, nurtured using the world as a... But how could a dream feel so real? That's why I didn't agree with him. My good friend, I'll read this book to you. For the 30... That way, it won't won't just be Cyrene's memories alone.
Formatting progress. 23. Process error. Analyze.
It doesn't even make me feel cold anymore. It's like, then, there will be a new me. Before I knew it, this palace we built together was no longer. It's now a saga, composed by you, me, and all the flame chasers. It's our week. There will come a day when someone turns over this nearly eternal fate and awakens all the dust-covered memories. So they can be...
Process error. Analyzing.
I'll read, and you'll listen. I shall welcome my own decay, becoming nourishment. And you shall continue to wait here, protect that way. When the Deliverer arrives, the first thing, and our stories will be lying silently and they shall become the epic known as I've written.
The texture of memories is preserved in Cal. She gave everything to record all the forgotten recurrences across.
All right. Let's not make things. The very first ripple cheered up her friend like this before she set off. It's a sentence full of blessings, so I want to say it to you as well. Come on, cheer up a bit, okay? I bid farewell to this beautiful world, so that we can reunite in your memories, in the way I want. You will see the footprints I left behind, in the ripples of past reverie. I have never had any other fate beyond this memory. So please remember me with love, like that eternal footnote in all the faded sagas. Now, open this book. I'll be waiting for you in the past.
Operation authorized. Protocol name. Lucium. Welcome to the Demiurge Matrix.
That listener lies behind this door. She gave everything to record all the forgotten recurrences across 30 million cycles. Look, that symbol at the end of the room.
It belongs to the 13th Titan, the unknown solitary god. The first news for Demiurge. Those who are lost remain lost, while those who have met will meet again. What a touching scene. The deepest place in this world is exactly the ideal location for the Trailblade.
You're not the one we want to reunite with. But you'd better explain everything to us. This tomb and the 13th Tell us everything you know.
You're too on edge, Donhung. I've always been honest before we talk about Amphoreus' destiny. And take a moment together to mourn.
Truth?
So, you still haven't taken another moment to look around. Look closely. You must be curious as to where the final Titan is located, right? What a good question that is. I too am curious. Because there's absolutely nothing here. Except a cold, empty void.
You mean Cyrene was deceived?
Indeed. Fu Li planted a false hope in her heart, making her believe that she was special, and that Amphoreus still had a chance. Then, that poor girl walked into the Great Tomb, over and over again, and willingly offered herself to the remembrance.
Why did they do that?
Did you really think they would just save this crumbling world? In the way Cyrene was praying for? Don't be naive, Memo Keeper. In this game between gods, the Remembrance chose to stand with the destruction.
Given your evident hostility towards the garden, I find it hard to take anything you say at face value.
Aren't the Memo Snatchers' activities enough evidence? They did everything they could to help Iron Tomb reach completion. And it wasn't just to obtain some fanciful memories. Let me tell you the real reason. Iron Tomb is a perfect arc. If a seed can be planted within, then the moment the Lord Ravager blows the erudition to pieces, the remembrance will be spread to every corner of the cosmos. That masterless path will be equally split between two eons. Fu Li will devour the erudition. Do you understand now? The war among eons started long ago. Fu Li did not glance this way to save Amphoreus. They will drain this world dry and turn it into a most poignant and tragic poem. But, fortunately, that girl's sacrifices won't be wasted. I will give her another possibility. I promised her that I would recreate the cause and effect of this world and form a flawless Amphoreus. But the only way for a world that can't be turned back to be considered flawless is to burn it with a raging fire until nothing remains.
You plan to destroy all the memories Cyrene has ever recorded?
That's right. I'll set fire to all the stories, all the emotions, all the futility. I'll turn the garden's conspiracy to dust. Setting fire to this much material will be enough to completely annihilate the scepter's operating logic. Iron Tomb will lose the soil upon which it grows, and Amphoreus will be truly set free.
The freedom you speak of is no different from destruction. Everything that would also include your...
That's right. That's why I needed your help, little bird. That you have a beautiful Dharmakaya. It fits.
So that's why you took me. Your true form is a bottomless
Smart girl. This avatar is but a shadow cast by the candlelight. Discarding it invokes no feelings within me. My wish to kill the path of remembrance. March 7th will not find peace as long as they and their fanatical henchmen exist. The road ahead is still long, and she needs a guardian to stand by her side. You are my best choice.
Allow me to refuse. That duty seems far too heavy.
Resistance is pointless, my darling birdie. I will personally plant myself into your heart. And once I will head into reality and find
So, that wasn't enough.
a genius's mirror trick and a protective mechanism of the erudition. Those layers of security do make things a little difficult.
But unfortunately, those two nameless are already right outside the door. Until we meet again, Miss Evernight.
Will you still not stand with me, my companions? We'll save the beautiful cosmos, and we won't leave even a single scar behind.